Hi guys, this is me, Jamie from the future, basically. I forgot to show you guys my empties for the month. I have them and I had been saving them and I don't know, I just got distracted. So, after I show you this, I'll clip this to the original video. So this is my finished coloring pages for the month of February. So I'm showing you my empties and yeah, I realized I didn't show you before. So let me grab them. So this is my empties bucket. So not all of these are empty. I wanted to show you guys, I found my culprits of the yellowing and I took them out of my stash. So the Tan Mitt alcohol markers. They are my yellowing bleed through culprits. I thought I had gotten rid of them, but yet I found some in my stash. It was like an 80 set, and this is all I found in my stash, but I don't want these anymore because even after you have a blotter page on these particular type of markers, it can be completely dry and your pages can look great. Then after like 3 or 4 months, they will cause a bleed through of yellowing or black or just different colors because the color saturation of this ink bleeds right through your paper, especially if it's Amazon paper, and it will damage your other images in your book. Some of them will actually go through 2 images. So I am saying goodbye to these. I do not want them. And like this one, it smells like raw fish eggs, and yeah, we're getting rid of those. Went through 1 roll of washi tape. There's another Tan Mitt. Went through this one. This is the Master Touch brush marker. Yeah, you can. I'll show you what it looks like when you fully used it. Look at that. I've used it to death, and it doesn't color anymore. It's gone. Those are the Hobby Lobby brand. I went through light green Tao tree or Teahau marker. Went through 1, 2 Cali Arts. I went through Touch New. There's another Tan Mitt. Went through 1, 2, 3 of these. They're regular art color marker. These ones are the Ruix markers. Went through 2 of the Classic Spectrum Noirs. These ones aren't that great, honestly. I like the other one that has the round barrel better. Finished off this Posca. Finished off this glitter gel pen, or this glitter marker. These are from the dollar store. All done with this Uniball Signo. It's all gone. Went through 2 Crayola Super Tips. Went through 1 of the Tahi art markers. This was the super marker that was dried out from my haul. It was beyond help, so he's going in the garbage. And then I have a bunch of gel pens. So if they look like they have ink in them still, either they've dried out or they had a significant air bubble that I couldn't remove. That one's dried out. This one I used up. This one was dried out. You have to go through your pens you'll think, oh, that looks full, but it's dried out. It won't come out at all. Like this one had so many significant air bubbles, I couldn't even get it to color. These ones dried out. Dried out, dried out. So those cheaper brands, they dry out after a period of like 6 months. So if you're not using them, that's what happens. So that is all my empties, or all the ones that I'm getting rid of. I don't want to keep these tan mint ones for the mere fact that I don't want them to destroy my future pages. And then also something I forgot to show you guys is I am coloring, you know, those big Fabiana Attanasio posters in the back of the fairy tale books she has. I actually took Danny Button's suggestion, and I had cut up mine into 16 pieces, and I'm coloring the different pieces with just random art supplies. And then at the end, once I'm all done, I will tape them all together and see what it looks like. So I am working on that project. But that is my empties, and I will go ahead and I will put this on with my other video that I have created. And I noticed in the video I say this is supposed to be horizontal. Yeah, it is horizontal. I'm just talking nonsense. It's late. What can I say? But I hope you enjoy looking at all my coloring pages for this month, and I will see you guys next time. Hi guys, this is Jamie. I want to welcome you to my channel today. Hope everyone is doing well, staying safe. I think my phone is a little lopsided, so I just turned it because these lines should be straight. They shouldn't be horizontal. So today is going to be my completed pages for February video. I'm actually recording this a little earlier. This is February 24th, and I wanted to be able to post this so that I could get a jump start on the creative coloring series, so I have something ready to post on the 1st. So I thought I would show you guys my completed pages for February. And I keep a record of my pages in this little, I guess it's like a little notebook that I got at Walmart at back to school sale. And I have them bookmarked at this little doggy bookmark. And I have completed 41 pages this month, 76 pages for the year, which is a lot of pages just in 2 months, which is awesome. So if you want to sit back and relax, I have a stack of books here right next to my desk, and it will take a minute to get through them all, but I do want to show you the completed pages. And if you have any questions about any of the pages or the books I showed, just let me know. And I apologize about my fingernails. My nail polish is chipping off, and I don't have any nail polish remover, so this is what you get. This is life, right? So I will get started. The first book I'm going to show you guys is a coloring book for girls fashion. And this is a big book. There's 300 images in it, and I've been coloring it since October, since I got it. I want to just see if I can finish this whole book. And I've done 2 pages in this book this month. I did this girl, and I kept her pretty minimal, just blue, and I kind of made this white, but I've went around it with warm gray 2, I think, and it's just markers. I did put a little sticker on her purse. It looks like a cell phone. So yeah, it says call me, but I don't know if you guys can read that because it's kind of small. So that is that one. And then I also did this one. And when I saw this one and I saw the hat, I automatically knew she needed a red hat. So I did that, and I am working on this book with Sophie. I think her YouTube channel is Sophie's Coloring Journey. She got this book and she wanted to know if I wanted to do like a buddy color throughout this whole book, and we just pick random pages and color whatever, but try to complete this book together, like encourage one another. So I think that's a great idea. The next book I have is a smaller book. This is Relax and Color, Inverted Mandala. This one I actually pulled out the other night when I was watching Ocean's 13 on Netflix, and I did this one with Crayola Super Tips. I just pulled the Super Tips out of my basket. I have a basket that I keep my Super Tips in. Let me show you. Looks like this. It's an Easter basket. I just have my Super Tips, and these are those new super markers. They're all water-based markers. I just throw them in there, and I can just pick markers at random. And then when it starts to feel a little empty, I go into my Super Tips like stash and put some more in there. So I did this one with those, and then the movie was still going, so I did this one. And this one I decided to use alcohol markers, except for where the little circles are. That is, I think it's Moonlight Jelly Roll. The yellow Moonlight Jelly Roll. And then to keep it going, I did one more, and this one is in glitter gel pen. So I wanted to kind of do water-based, alcohol, and then glitter gel pen just to see what I liked the best. And I like the alcohol marker because it was a lot faster, but I do think the glitter gel pen makes a pretty look once it's done too. Yeah, when you're doing these, you have to be careful not to choose dark colors, because like when I did the first one with that dark blue, I don't think it pops as well as like these yellows and oranges and stuff. So when you're doing like a black background thing like this, you want to use ones that are going to pop out, kind of like a neon sign or something you would see on the strip in Las Vegas or something. So there's that one. Next one I did was in A Million Sloths. I'm actually kind of going backwards because these are most recent. I keep the pile of books underneath my bed that I colored in, and the pile was getting so tall it was hitting the actual mattress from the floor to the mattress. So I was like, okay, it's time to do this this video. So this is A Million Sloths by Lulu Mayo, and I did this one, and this one is a buddy color. I did this with Wren Kelly. She used Wren's Coloring Craze here on YouTube. She messaged me and she said, do you think you have time for a buddy color? And I said, sure. What do you want to color in? And she said, how about A Million Sloths? And I said, okay. Do you want to pick a page? And she picked 2 pages, and I said, I like this one with the music, guys. And she goes, awesome. And so we colored this one. It's just Crayola Super Tip markers, a little bit of gel pen, and Distress ink background. This probably took me 35 minutes, not very long at all. And I really like how it turned out. And it was okay to have the lines in the sloths because it's fur. So I actually created even more lines in it to make it even more furry looking. So it's cute. So yay, I completed one more in this, and now I have 2 done in this book. Next book that I have is Kawaii Girls Grayscale Coloring Book by Draconis Publishing. And this one I recently showed in my haul, not just like the other day. And I felt like I really wanted to color an image in here just so you guys could see what one would look like colored, because it's really hard to know if you like a book until you actually see an image colored. So I colored the first one, which is this girl right here. And she's just alcohol markers. Like, there's a little bit that got out of the lines, but it's anime, and so the lines are very suggestive. And these little spots in the background, I actually used a stencil and rubbed my distress inks on top of it, and it created this like faded bokeh background, which really worked for her, and she was a really easy color job too. Very fun. So that is that one. Next one I have here was also in my new books. This is a mosaics coloring book by Dover Spark Publishing. So this is Jessica Mazurkiewicz that does this book. This book is really neat. It's really easy to color. So I did this, and first I colored the background. So the backgrounds kind of look like this. And then after I colored it, I had this, I had a Sarah Kay picture that I had colored in the past, and it was in one of my portfolios, and I didn't like the background that I had created for her originally, so I just cut her out, and then I added some circles right here, and I glued them all together to create kind of like a art journal page inside a coloring book. And I could have added words and all this stuff, but I just kept it simple so that it didn't hide all this coloring in the background. But I think it turned out cute. So that is that one. Next one I did was in 50 Triangular Mandalas by Camelia Angelkova. And this one was a new book in my haul as well. I did the nameplate page for Penny's hashtag, or Pebbles adult coloring hashtag. It's my name and color. It's an all year hashtag. I think it's a great idea. And this one I didn't realize I was pulling colors at random. I didn't realize that I was using like Easter looking colors, but it actually worked out with my stickers, so I put my stickers as my name. It was just fun. So that is that one. Lost this one. Next book I have here is True Romance, a lovely coloring book to warm your heart by May Yu. And this book was gifted to me for Valentine's Day from my husband, and I colored this one, and I colored it with alcohol markers. There's a tiny bit of pencil just on where I put eyeshadow, but that's it. Everything else was alcohol markers, and there's a little bit of gel pen, white gel pen on the hearts, but it started to dye kind of pink because that was such a strong red marker. And I really like how this turned out. Again, there was a little bit of bleed out where the lines are because the line work is very thin, but with anime it's okay to have a little bit of bleed out. It's supposed to be sketchy, it's supposed to look this way. So yeah, I think it turned out really well, and I think he's cute with his expressions like, what? But yeah, this is a fun book. Very, very fun, romantic-y type pictures. Next one I have is the adult coloring book by Tanya B. Mestalova, Nice Little Town 5. This was in my haul as well, and I just did the nameplate page. So it says this book belongs to, obviously, me, Jamie, and I did this with Faber-Castell Goldfaber pencils. And I will tell you guys, I only have the little 12 set that I bought at the grocery store, but I absolutely loved them in this book. So if anything, I might get a bigger set in the future just so I can color with them in my nice little town books. So that is that one. Next one I did a buddy color in Fairy and Fantasy grayscale coloring book by Christine Karen. I was pretty intimidated, but I was messaged and on Instagram, and they said, "Hey, do you want to do a buddy color in this book?" And I was like, okay, I should just do it. So I did this one. It was with Rachel. I'm going to say her last name wrong. I think it's Vaudry. On Instagram, and she's one of my subscribers, so I want to thank Rachel for asking me, because I probably would have not colored in this book right away. I was super nervous. So I did alcohol marker base, and I've shaded on top with pencil, and I've also added gel pen. I really like how she turned out, and the roses look beautiful. It was like I left the unicorn till last, and I was like, what color am I going to do him? Because I didn't want to do pink, because it just didn't make sense with the picture. It would clash with her too much. I didn't want to do a golden one, because her hair was like golden. So I was like, what to do? And this is what I came up with. So he is like my St. Patty's Day or St. Patty's Day girl unicorn, and complements with the Valentine's girl, I guess. Yeah, that's the story I'm sticking with. And yeah, it works out. So I am glad she asked me to color in it to kind of face my fears of diving into Christine Karen, because they seem so intimidating because they're so beautiful of illustrations. Next one I have here is Stitched, a patchwork world coloring book, or a patchwork world coloring book for all by J.A. Early Riser and T.J. Crayons. And I did this guy. So as soon as I purchased this book, I left it out so that I would color in it. And I colored this lion. And I kept it pretty simple, but actually simple worked in my favor. I didn't do a background or anything, because I think he would be really fun to cut out and put inside an art journal later. And I just think it's really neat. So that is him. He's just alcohol markers, I think. Yeah, that's alcohol markers too. No gel pen, except for a little bit of white probably here and there, but that's all. Alright, so in this book, this is my tester book, but I wanted to test a little bit of art journaling a little bit. And this is my color and frame patchwork book. It has spiral bound on this side. I decided that I would do this. So this one's more art journaling. This picture I have already colored. I colored in the past. It was a free digital stamp that I had printed and colored with just alcohol markers. This background I had colored with pencil a long time ago. And so I just, this rainbow part, that's tissue paper. I've created some circles with some Poscas. This is washi tape right here on the sides. And then I wrote with using clips from magazines, "Stop hiding, your biggest dream awaits." And I think that's a really fun little quote that I kind of pieced together with different things from different magazines. That's why I suggest keep your magazines for words and junk mail and things like that, because you never know what words you can find. Yeah, so this is fun. And then there's little like sequins things that I stuck on there. So that is that. I just kind of showed you that. I didn't really color it this month. It was more or less I put it together this month for like an example of kind of like an art journal type thing that you can do in a coloring book. Next one that I did was in this one, Circulism Art Books, colored by number, The Forest by Eclipse. Oh, I didn't put a little tab on there that says I colored it. So I did what Nikki and Niagara does, and I cut this one from the back so I could travel with my pages that I do. And I colored this first one, which is a spider, and this one was actually really easy to do. I just used my Cali Art brush markers, and it was done fairly quickly. What is number 22? Did I miss? Yep, I guess I missed 22. 22 is supposed to be a very light blue, but I missed it apparently. Oh well, I guess that is this white highlight. So that is that one. And then I just wanted to select these at random, so I selected this one. And this one is, I think they're bugs. I think this is like dirt, and this is like a beetle, and this is like a beetle. So I ended up coloring 2 bug pictures in the forest book. I like how it says, have a good day ahead. So yeah, I got 2 done in that one. The squeaking is my chair. I need a better chair sometime. Okay, so the next one I did is from Creative Haven, Romantic Country Scenes, coloring book by Teresa Goodrich. I colored this one as a buddy color, but I also put the hashtag, I think it's Get Your Haven On or something like that, for this book. And I decided to color this. I colored it with Ashley's Coloring Journey, and I haven't colored in one of Teresa's books for a while, so it was nice to get back and do one. And this is basically alcohol markers. The people are in pencil, but everything else was alcohol markers and fine liners and a little bit of gel pen. And in these little cotton candy bags, I used those Jelly Roll souffles because when you color with them, they kind of like spread out and they kind of create this like cloudy looking effect. So that's why I used it in there. And I think it turned out pretty well. I would have done a night scene, but I was just kind of going with the flow, and then all of a sudden it ended up as a day scene. But it works. At least I can say I finished one in here. And it's not in the uncolored stack anymore. The next one I have here is Color by Number Animal Stencils. Sorry guys. And in this one, I wanted to go totally off the rails, and I just did my own thing. So, I colored this on Valentine's Day, and what I did is I just pulled all my Crayola Super Tips that remind me of Valentine colors, and I just did my own thing. Colored my own palette, just let it do its thing, and I really like how it turned out. I mean, I could have done their palette and it probably would have worked out fine, but it was really fun to explore and do my own personal palette of Valentine colors. And I wrote Happy Valentine's Day 2021, so I would know when I colored this, and it was fun. So yeah. So I got more Valentine type stuff. I colored in Circles of Love adult coloring book by Tabitha Barnett. And once I had shown this in my haul, I was like, I can't believe I haven't colored in this, and this month is the perfect month to color in it. So I decided I'd color this one, and it's very, very simple. Just alcohol markers, easygoing coloring. I stick to just red, pink, and this green color, and yellow. there's only 4 colors in this. But, you know, sometimes simple is best. And I think it looks pretty. So, yeah, I'm glad to say that I've actually colored one in this book. I have like had that book for like a year and I hadn't colored in it. Next one I have, I still have the blotter page in here. I'll take that out. So I was sent this book for review, and this is Dragonland by the Coloring Hive. I did manage to color in one of the books that they sent me. Hopefully I can get to the other 3 books. If you want to see those books, I had them in my Happy Meal video not too long ago. They gave me the unicorn one, they gave me a fairy one, and they gave me modern fae, and then the dragon one. So I did manage to color in this one though. It's really cute, guys, and I did this one. And I love how it turned out. It's like a sleepwalking dragon, and I used alcohol markers, a little bit of gel pen, a little bit of white gel pen, and I put stickles on his horns to make them glittery. And I like how he's so much lighter than the background, so it makes him really stand out from the picture. Wasn't intentional, but it happened. I really like it. I just love this. And I did a little bit of yellow highlights in the trees just to break it up just a little bit. So that is that one. Next one I have here is Chibi Girls coloring book. I think this is like 5.0 or something. There's 2 volumes and the other one doesn't have this 5.0 thing. So I think that's how you can tell the difference. But I colored in this volume and I just did this first page. She's really cute. She is alcohol markers. I've used like this metallic washi tape around it that matched her outfit. And she's in a candy world. Almost like she could be related to Vanellope Von Sweets or something. And there's stickles on her lollipop. And I wanted to give her this bright red, reddish purple hair. And I used low lights of maroon, but it's like a processed red color for her hair color. And then orange and blue, because orange and blue complement each other so well. And then added rainbow candy canes and a rainbow gelatin. And yeah, I really like how this one turned out. It was fun to color. I think these are really simple to color, but at the same time, you can add accents and shading and all those different things to influence the coloring process on these. Next one I have here is Baby Forest Animals by Zen Doodle Coloring by Jeanette Wummel. And this one was actually, I colored this one right here. Let me see if I can get that off. So this one I colored for Danielle's scavenger hunt. Extreme scavenger hunt. One of the prompts was to find an otter, and these are 2 river otters, obviously. And the blue pastel looking stuff is actually blue Crayola chalk that I've put in, and then I sprayed it with fixative, and then I've put stickles also on here because you can't go wrong with stickles. Now I noticed when I colored these guys, I colored them before I sprayed fixative, and I colored them with the Pen and Gear permanent markers, and I really liked how they laid down. But then after I sprayed the fixative and then tried to color all these leaves, they left like lots of streaks, the Pen and Gear. It was like, I wish I wouldn't have sprayed fixative on it, because it made my markers not want to perform on this paper. I mean, it worked out, it's okay, the leaves are okay, and it's a good thing they're the center of attention. You don't really notice the leaves very much, but I know now that I definitely don't want to use pastels in this book because I don't want to have to spray fixatives in this book. So yeah, I think they're cute though. I added the white on their noses to make a little shine. Next one I got, I think it was part of one of my hauls, one of my later hauls, or latest hauls. This is a Characters Collection Color by Number book, and I decided I wanted to color in this one. I was just feeling it, and I decided I would color the first page, which is my guy Stitch. He's adorable, and I followed the palette for him, just like what they say. But then on the back where these numbers 4s are, it said just do orange. Well, I didn't want to run out of all the orange I had just on that one background, so I decided I would pull a variety of oranges and do this. This orange kind of smeared that 4 right there, but it's not too bad. Some of them bled a little bit. It's not too bad. It's still really cute. I'm a little nervous that one of these oranges is going to leave a yellowing on the next page. I don't see a yellowing yet, but I'm thinking I better color this one and do a black background on this guy, just in case there is a bleed through. It won't affect him. So I probably will have to color him next month just so that I can ensure the safety of that picture. So that is that one. And then after I did this one, I really had a good time. So I decided I would color this one, which is Sadness. And I straight off the color palette just a bit. Just a bit. Because they wanted so little blue colors. Like they wanted this background where there's all these number 1s, they wanted that to be blue. And then they wanted her face to be a certain color and her feet to be a certain color. That was fine. And then they wanted the dark blue to be, this dark blue to be her hair. And I just didn't like that. And then they wanted her sweater to be like a gray color, and I didn't like that either. So I kind of changed it up a little bit, and then I shaded around with other markers just to make it more defined. And then the colors, I decided I'm going to do the colors of all the different colors that are in the movie, like Joy has yellow, and Anger has red, and Disgust has green, and you know, just around her, because it works. And I didn't want an all blue page. There's a little bit of warping on this just because I used stickles in her hair, because in the movie, if you remember, she's got kind of glittery hair. So, and that was blue stickles, and I thought that was fun. I really enjoyed coloring her. Next book I have is this little one here. It's Color by Number, easy to follow, color key, full of pages, Sesame Street. And this is by Bendon. I think this is designed to be a kid's coloring book, so it's nothing flashy. It's just something easy for me to color. And yeah. So I did Zoe and Cookie Monster. The inside of Zoe's mouth was supposed to be like a dark red, but I made it black with a Crayola Super Tip. So I wanted to try Crayola Super Tips here and here, and they bled through a little bit. And then her fur's all Crayola Twistable Crayons. Same with the background is Crayola Twistable Crayons. And then Cookie Monster, he is Crayola Twistable Pencils, and the background is Crayola twistable crayons. I did the outlining in the blue with the Crayola twistable or Crayola super tip marker, so there's no bleed through. And then I also did Elmo, which is our favorite at this house. My autistic kids love Elmo. He's like the #1 in this house. I don't know how many Elmo dolls we have in this house. Easily over 40. So yeah, he was really easy. I used Crayola twistable crayons for him, and then I pulled out my mineral spirits and I blended them out so there wasn't so many harsh lines. But having some lines on him is not that big of a deal because he is furry, so he is supposed to have lines. And then Crayola crayons on the back, and this outline and the red outline and the orange outline are all Crayola super tips. So, and obviously they don't bleed through, and this is pretty thin paper. These are perforated edges. So yeah, this is just a fun coloring book. And when I purchased this one, it was like a 3 books in one. It came with this one, a Trolls one, and a Hello Kitty one. All same concept, all by Bendon. Next one I have here is Stained Glass Patterns by Jade Summer. I was gifted this generously a few months ago. And I felt like I really needed to color in this to show my appreciation. So I chose to color this first one, and I actually picked these colors at random, and I think it worked out very well. I just, I can't remember if they were alcohol markers or if they were, no, these ones were alcohol markers because I was trying to think they were permanent markers, but these are alcohol markers. So yeah, that turned out well, and it was actually not that hard to color, really easygoing. I didn't like coloring all the details right here, but I could have colored each one of these all separate, and I could have went in with pencil and shaded on top of it, but I just did a straight color here, and it worked out just fine. All right, so you're probably thinking, wow, she's done a lot of easy ones, straight colors and easy pages. Well, finally, I decided, okay, I'm doing the Fab Year 2021, and I hadn't even done a single Fabiana page. Oh my gosh, I am such a bad host. And I'm like, okay, I have to do a Fabiana page this month. Last month I had an excuse because I was sick, but this month I had to get her done. And so I got this one out, which is Mythographic Paradise. I hadn't colored in it, so this not only fit my hashtag, but also Lavelia's hashtag. This is by Fabiana Attanasio, and I colored this one. So let's just kind of go through a rundown here. You're probably thinking, Jamie, where's all the hidden objects? I hid them because I didn't want them popping out of the page. Some of them you might be able to still see. I couldn't hide the shorts. That one was a little more difficult, so I just colored that one. So there, all the huts are pencils. I can't remember which pencil. I'm sorry. I think it was the Colleen's, but I can't remember. And then everything else was kind of pretty much markers. And I did a little bit of white gel pen. Now the water is Arteza Metallic Gouache, the one that I got probably like 2 hauls ago or something like that. And I covered up all the line work and created this splash effect right here, and it actually looks like real water. I really like how it turned out. And if you can see, like, here's the chef's hat that's in that. There's the witch's hat. I've colored it what the backgrounds are supposed to be like. There's a sock right there, but I've made a line to create the flower. And like the phone is right here, but I've created lines for the leaves over the top of these hidden objects. And like the protractor, he's disguised. And this mushroom, he's blended in as well. So if you don't like the whole hidden object concept in these books, you can color through them. I just want to point that out. And if you're going to use paint, you can paint over the top of them too. But I really like how this turned out. And then I put washi tape on the sides. Originally, I just did the black, and then I felt like it needed more, so I added green too. And I like how it worked out. Like, here's the rolling pin. I did half green and half pink because it was going into this flower and in those leaves. And the coloring job is actually pretty simple, but it was just a fun one to get done. And I'm so happy I got a Fabiana one done for the hashtag for this month. Yay! Next one I have here is Frightlene's Halloween, and this is Color in Heaven collector's issue. And these ones are by Tabitha Thorpe. And this one I did for Rosie Crafted Colors Spooky hashtag, and also to correct a serious bleed out. So I don't know if I ever showed it, but when I colored the page before this, I don't know if I forgot a blotter page or what happened, but this page was so severely damaged. I didn't know if there was any way I could rescue it. So I attempted to rescue it this month. That's kind of my goal, to try to rescue or save pages that have been damaged by bleed throughs, yellowing, or my kids got to it. So this one, I thought it was also perfect for Valentine's because he's got a heart, like he's given a heart card, and his chest is shaped like a heart as well. And I put glossy accents on his eyes and gel pen here and there, but it's basically just alcohol markers. And I think it looks good. Can't even see the blue that was originally on him. You can still see it a little bit on the scroll papers, but I figured they're old paper and they're supposed to look dirty, so it's all right. I think it's cute, and it turned out, and it was fun. So yeah, and I'm glad I could have gotten one done for Rosie's thing. I want to support her in her hashtag, even though I'm not into creepy, scary pictures. I do have some, but they're more cute. Next one I have here is Love Stories, Quadros Magicos, Disney. And after I did my collection video and only realized I did one in here, I'm like, okay, that can't happen. It is Valentine's Day and we need to do more in this book. So I decided to just do the first page, which is this one, and I did a block color, so straight color basically. If you guys don't know who this is the couple off of 101 Dalmatian. His name is Roger, and I think her name is Anita. And they're just kind of giving each other a hug here. And then I put washi tape around the border. And I used Crayola Super Tips. And the skin, I used Prism. Well, I did over, I did the Crayola Super Tips, and they were really streaky and really bad. So then I took my Prisma Peach and went over the whole thing so that the streaks weren't nearly as bad. And I like it a lot better now that I went over that. And I think this brown was supposed to be lighter, but that was the brown that I had. So it works. It's all good. Next one I have here, I did for Nikki and Niagara's hashtag. And I don't even think I posted on Instagram. I had all intention, oh, this is for Nikki's thing. This is for Nikki's thing. And I don't even think I posted it, but I could still post it because it's a year-long hashtag. This is Johanna Basford's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I did manage to color one in here. And this is a thick book. I did this bee. And it has distress inks around it. And I used pencils. I don't remember what pencils. Probably one of my new sets of pencils, trying to test them out. And there's a little bit of fine liner and a little bit of gel pen. And on the wings, there's Jelly Roll gel Stardust, because I recognize the sparkle. And I like the colors that I used for the distress inks. It complements the bee. Yeah, I wanted to color in this, but I didn't want to dive into like a humongous page, so I just decided to color this. So one step in the right direction. That is that one. Continuing on my Johanna Basford journey of coloring here, I decided to color in Lost Ocean. After I did my collection video, I noticed that I had not colored in Lost Ocean, but all the other ones I had at least had something in, and I definitely wanted to color in it so that I could say that I had colored in this book and give my opinion. No reason to have an uncolored Johanna book. I did this one. So this is my goldfish, and he is colored with Crayola Super Tips and a little bit of gel pen. And then I took, it's like a blue gold stickles, and I kind of squirted it all around and then rubbed it with my fingers. And then I was like, that's not enough. It just, something's off. I need more. So I took my circle stencil, the one that I have the helix that's round, and then I put it on here and created little like bubble things coming off this side and this side with a sparkle gel pen. And I should have done that before I did the stickles, but the stickles were already there and dry. And this is all gel pen on the sides. So yay, I got one done on this one. And I like the fish. I think it's good. I was actually coloring this when I was watching a new series on Netflix. Can't remember what it was called. I'll think of it. But it's kind of like a fairy show. Kind of dark. I'm trying to think of it. I'll think of it eventually, but I'll have to tell you guys about it sometime. Next one I have here is in Blissful Scenes. Another one from watching my collection videos and knew I had to color in it. This is by Color It. And this is volume 2. So they have a volume 1. And I colored this one. This one actually got a lot of likes on Instagram. And I think it's a really great picture. The background right here is achieved by using gelatos. I've used a blue, and then I used in my pastel shades the yellows, and I blended them in together. And when I colored the mountains, I wanted them to look like they had snow still on the top, because where I live, even in the summer, there's snow still on the mountains. And there's her little dog. Very simple color job of just markers, but I think it worked out really well, and I think it looks nice. So that is that one. Next one I have is Sea Circles, adult coloring book by Tabitha Barnett, another Tabby book. So this is the second one that I've done this month. I really am drawn to her books because they're so simplistic in my mind and they're easygoing. So yeah, I decided to color this page with the turtles. Alright, so what I was doing is I was looking through my markers, and I have a lot of these glitter markers from like the dollar store and Crayola glitter markers, and they were all like running low, and I'm like, Okay, there's like hardly anything in this one. There's hardly any in this one. I just need to use these up. They're about to dry out if I don't use them. So all of this, except for the tiny spots, are glitter markers, and the tiny spots were glitter gel pen. But it is very glittericious, and there wasn't like massive bleed through because the glitter markers are water-based markers. Yeah, so that is that one. I got my turtles done. All right, so another Tabitha Barnett book, Sweethearts and Sentiments. I got this for myself for Valentine's Day, and I colored the intro page here. I think it turned out cute. I like outlining these with just a darker shade, just slightly darker, makes the page pop out. And then I also did this one, Be My Valentine, and this Be My, the gold, is the Link Shine gel pen. They're really cheap on Amazon. Oh, wasn't that one? It wasn't the Flare, it was the Link Shine. But yeah, this one turned out cute. It has nice Valentine colors. Easy going. Alright, I colored one out of Lacy Sunshine Love coloring book. Actually, it looks like I colored two. This one I had gotten for myself for Valentine's Day as well. And oh, I did this one for Pebbles hashtag to get another nameplate page done. If I notice that there's a nameplate page in a book and I haven't done it yet, I'll try to do it for her hashtag this year, if I can. If it's too intense, maybe I won't do it, but if it's simple enough, I'll try to do it if I can. And I've used stickers for my name, and this is basically all pencil. I don't think I used, oh, the flowers, I think have marker. Yeah, flowers and leaves, but everything else was pencil. And then I also did this one. And I had to do this one because I like to do the heart gesture with my hands on this channel because this is Jamie's Coloring Love. So it's kind of one of the things that I like to do. So I definitely wanted to do this. The background is a stencil that I use my alcohol markers with. It's like leaves going all different directions. And I made sure to do a lighter green so it didn't draw away attention to this red-headed beauty. So yeah, I think that was fun to color. Just checking if there was a bleed through. I'm always nervous. All right, I did manage to get one done in Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford. This is the book we are coloring in my Facebook group, Once Upon a Color. We are working in this book until the end of March, and then starting in April, we will do another book for the next 3 months. Well, what we want to do is do 4 books in a year. Just kind of, you can choose whatever pages you want. You don't have to finish a book. It's just an easygoing, non-stress type of thing. And I did this one. So this one I did with the Pecos watercolor dual brush pens. I was just trying to think. The Pecos water dual brush pens. And then I also shaded it with the Pecos pencils. So this is pretty much Pecos. And they had sent me the pencils and the dual brush pens for review back in December. I did manage to get Romantic Country done with the pencils last month. And so I did this one using the dual brush pens. I do have a few other things on here though. I did use a white gel pen a little bit. And then on the top of this, It's kind of sparkly. It's actually a glitter nail polish that I've put on top of here, and then I bordered it with a slight border of purple heart washi tape. And I wanted to keep to a very strict Valentine type of color palette, but I wanted to pull in that teal color because it complements these colors very well. And since this paper's kind of an off-white cream colored paper, I just left this background the color of the paper. And I like how it turned out. It looks nice. Feels good too. So that is that one. All right, last book, and then I'll show you my PDFs that I did, is the Quirkles book, and this is the best I can do to keep this in frame. I did the horse, and I used permanent markers on this, except for the green. The green is an alcohol brush marker, I think. Everything else was permanent markers. I only had one spot where I messed up, but I whited it out with white gel pen, so it's not too bad of a mess up. I'm sorry I can't give you like a full deal because this is such a tall book, but I'm really glad that I faced my fears and actually colored one in Quirkles. And this is Thomas Pavitt does these books, or this book. I don't know if he does the other ones. Oh, it's dirty right there. Dusty. All right, and now on to my PDFs that I did this month. So I didn't get very many done. This is how far I got on the Sassy Coloring 28-day challenge. And I still could technically finish it since it is the 24th today. I could probably color all those before the 28th because they're not that difficult, but that is how far I got. And then I colored this one by Deborah Muller, and this one was fairly easy. Alcohol markers. I shaded her cheeks with alcohol marker. Yeah, I blended that. I was surprised. I was just looking at that closer. There's a little bit of Pentel Sparkle Pop on some of these hearts, but I don't know if you can tell. And I have done low lights and a basic color when I did the different shadings on the hair strokes. And I decided to complement her with the green, with the pinks and the golds, and it worked out. And I actually drew in this gray part, so it actually looks like she could be sitting on a rug or a stone or something gray. And then the background, I took my ruler and I have a yellow, I just used a yellow pencil, and I created these lines. I really like this look. I don't know what they call it, but it gives texture to a page, and it actually can fill in a background fairly quickly, especially if you don't want the tedious task of like dodging all these hearts. And then this is washi tape, pink washi tape that I had in my stash. And I'm going to keep the tabs in this book so that I can see how many I have completed in this book in the long run. But that is it, guys. So those are all my finished pages for the month of February. If I get any more done, I will just add them to my March completed pages stash. And I will continue to work on some in this PDF folder. Like I said, when I did the PDF video, this is like my PDF purchases of February, but these are PDFs that I will be working on for the next couple months, and then probably in May or June, maybe I'll buy some more PDFs and create a new folder. So it's not going to be every month I buy PDFs. I just want to do it sparingly so that I can keep up with all my colorings. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell to hear my notifications every time I post a new video. I've been posting quite a few lately, but I know it's going to slow down. It's just that collection video series. It was like one after another pretty quickly, and I just wanted to get it done for you guys in February. And you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.